Americans feared to be among the missing tonight. The volcano sending ash soaring 12,000 feet into the air with no warning, as tourists from all over the world were standing along its rim and climbing up its sides. And this video tonight from a boat that had left just minutes before the blast. At least 5 people killed and many still missing. Here's ABC's James Longman tonight.
Tonight, a terrifying escape for tourists fleeing this massive volcanic eruption that came close to killing them. Watch the cloud burst across the water towards their speeding boat. Tour guides begging them to get to safety. The sudden eruption hit just after 2 p.m. on New Zealand's White Island. Volcanic ash spewing 12,000 feet into the air. 47 people were on the island when the volcano erupted, some coming from a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Look at this group of people inside the crater. This image taken minutes before the explosion. New Zealand officials saying at least 5 are confirmed dead. More than 30 were rescued, some severely burned. Several Americans among the missing.
It is now clear that there were 2 groups on the island, those who were able to be evacuated and those who were close to the eruption.
Tourist Michael Shade shooting this video. He just left the island with his family 20 minutes earlier, capturing these images of a group huddled on a pier, desperate for safety. A wrecked helicopter visible in the ash behind them, the whereabouts of its passengers unknown.
We do not believe anybody else has survived that explosion.
Our foreign correspondent James Longman with us live tonight. And James, you've learned that scientists had warned of increased activity at this volcano, just 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, David, scientists reported an increase in gases and small volcanic tremors, and it's long been known as an unpredictable volcano. So big questions tonight over why tourists are still allowed to climb it. A second eruption is possible, which may mean if there are bodies on the island, it may be very difficult to retrieve them. David?
James Longman on this for us again tonight. James, thank you.
Group 03 from Tower Control.
This footage shows a monster fire illuminating the night. The giant Green Bottle Creek blaze southwest of Sydney races through the bush. Then there's a ferocious roar.
Here it goes.
In just seconds, a mighty explosion.
Fall back! Fall back!
That's the voice of 28-year-old Carlton Hillier, a professional firefighter from Ingleburn. Millions of embers rained down on him, his crewmates and members of the media.
Yeah, got the adrenaline pumping. It was definitely something I hadn't experienced before. Basically, it was just get out of there.
This footage of the same fireball by resident Annie Burton captures them scrambling for their lives.
Get out!
In the right-hand corner, the truck makes a quick getaway as spot fires erupt around them.
Just some more breaking news. A big earthquake in the Philippines. A 6.8 magnitude quake struck near one of the islands just south of Manila.
All right, so take a look at this. It was just 30 minutes ago. A resident in Mindanao tweeted a video of a backyard pool during this earthquake. You could see the pool flooding the yard and water splashing everywhere. Well, moments later, there was a 4.8 aftershock. The big quake prompted evacuations in some cities.
We begin with breaking news. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck Albania just a short time ago, not far from the capital, Tirana. Health officials say at least 140 people have been injured. And journalist Blendi Sala of our affiliate, A2, joins me live on the line from the capital. So good to have you with us. Talk to us about the situation on the ground there. Do you know of any of the injuries and any casualties and damage as well?
Well, good morning, Rosemary. It's been a horrible morning here in Albania. People have been screaming and they've been hurt. We know of at least one casualty that's been confirmed, but we suspect there will be more because we've had buildings collapse. And now we've got rescue teams going to the sites and trying to pull people out from wreckages. It's an incredible sight to see, whole buildings have come down. Half of them are still standing, and half of them is still, on the ground. And you can see people's rooms as the next position as to what their lives were before this earthquake. We know of this 6.4 magnitude earthquake. It happened at around... It was just before 4 o'clock in the morning, so it was before dawn and it was dark. And then everybody kind of ran out of their buildings. The epicenter has been by the Adriatic in the city of Durrës. That's about 20 miles from the capital of Tirana to the west. And we know of at least 300 people who have shown up at area hospitals. There's a lot of rescue teams going all over the place. Another place that was hard hit was the town of Kuman, which is 30 miles north of Tirana, and there were at least 20 families that are suspected to be under the collapsed buildings in Kuman. So it's been, a tough morning here in Albania. People are scared. Schools have been called off for the center of the country, the areas that are most affected. So it's been very tough.
And Blendi, as you've been speaking to us on the phone, we've been looking at these pictures coming into us. We see first responders there on the scene. We see the police and many people, and we see many people underneath the rubble. So talk to us about access to earth-moving equipment. What is the situation with that?
Well, they are trying to, first of all, they're trying not to move the equipment first, because they want to see if there's people under those wreckages and trying to pull those, they're trying to talk to those people. They can hear screams, they can hear children, and other people who have been stuck underneath them. So they're not using the equipment just yet, but in those collapsed buildings where they know that there's nobody inside or where they don't hear calls from the inside, then they've been trying to move some of this wreckage and debris that's been falling on top of those buildings there. So.
It's a beautiful day here at the state capitol. Great day to be a Satanist. I believe it, and I'm very excited about it.
That is scary that anybody would even consider letting Satan into anywhere.
New at 6, Satan in our schools. It's a topic going wild on social media nationwide this week.
The Satanic Temple is vowing to put an after-school Satan club in elementary schools all over the country. That group is saying that they're not actually worshiping the devil, but promoting freedom of religion, especially in schools with those after-school Christian clubs.
7 News' Addie Hampton found out if these clubs could be headed to the upstate.
With its foreboding music and eerie images, this is the video Satanic Temple says it's using to advertise its brand new after-school Satan Club. It's a nationwide initiative in religious freedom, they say, that will give elementary-age children a contrasting voice to other Christian after-school programs at their school. They say they will promote focused rationalism, free inquiry, and fun. Greenville mother Jennifer Fidelki says it sounds like pure evil.
Satan kind of sounds like devil worshiping. I don't want my kids to be involved with that.
She says her kids go to a school with a Good News Club program after the school day ends. This is the primary Christian club After School Satan is trying to counter, according to their website.
I know there's the freedom of speech, religion, and everything, but I don't agree with that.
While After School Satan isn't present in Greenville yet, the organization is vowing to put the club in every elementary school where a Good News Club operates. More than 120 clubs meet in 100 schools across the upstate, according to the Child Evangelism Fellowship Ministry. Today, I reached out to Ministry Vice President Moses Esteves.
And we're not going to be scared away by these atheists dressed with scary costumes.
He says these groups aren't actually worshiping the devil, just secularists trying to silence Christians and scare parents. He says while the group may come in, all after-school programs must have a signed parental permission. He doesn't see much traction with After School Satan.
Let them send their permission slips home, and we will see how many kids will come.
In Greenville, Addie Hampton, 7 News.
We contacted the Greenville County School District. The district said it had not received a request from the Satanic Temple to come to any of the district's elementary schools, but it would be up to the school principal to see if there is time and space to operate any club.